And thank you very much, Caroline, for organizing this. And yes, I have been through menopause by myself, and I was young, so there were a lot of things that I could actually tell you about me, but we'll do that in another time. But today I've actually prepared something short to let you guys know a little bit more about what you can do at work to help with people who are going through menopause or perimenopause. So why is it important? It's a major life event, and women actually don't go through menopause like 3 months. It takes about 7.5 years for an average woman to go through menopausal symptoms, and it could actually go up to a really, really old age. So don't think like you have got somebody who's 60 and they really can't be still having the menopausal symptoms, because they do. And women actually are making up about like 50% of our workforce now, and we definitely are 100% homemakers. And it's really important to keep these people healthy, because if these people are not well and if they can't do what they do, the effects on your society a lot. And a lot of people talk about hot flushes, and it just doesn't end there. We got about 34 symptoms and more, and you have got a lot of health risks once you actually gone to menopause. Your risk of heart attack increase, your fractures increase, and a lot of people actually get so depressed to the point of actually committing suicide or having suicidal thoughts. 1 in 10 actually leave their work. I did leave my work, and I'm actually doing other things, but there are people who might be leaving their jobs and never get back to what they used to be. 50% actually take time off, and the cost of absence of these people and the fact that you have to retrain other people, that's really massive. So it's so much better to support people and let them actually stay in work. And also, it is in your health and safety legislation. People don't actually think of it as menopause as one thing that you have to think as health and safety, but you do. You need to be mapping the hazards. You need to be gender sensitive. So whatever policies that you got in your workplace, it should be the gender sensitive. You can't have something saying for a non-menopausal woman and a menopausal woman, and between men and women, you do need to make allowances. So what makes it so bad? I made it in true colors because these are the top symptoms that people suffer. Hot flushes, everybody knows. We do get pains. A lot of people don't know that. You get muscle pains, you get joint pains, which can be really, really bad. It can actually make a person unable to get out of bed. And then out of bed, you can't sleep. You just can't sleep. Whatever you do, you just can't sleep. You can have palpitations. Somebody who's so used to doing like announcing or presenting events can suddenly have palpitations in the middle of it. And it can be very scary. Dry skin, hair loss, that does bother a woman a lot. Relationship problems, people don't talk about it. Even when I see patients, I have to actually drag these out of a patient because people just don't think it is something they talk about. And worst of all, you actually got vaginal vulvar issues. People don't say these words. Even I actually thought, like, should I actually put it on a slide? But we do need to. And the ones that I put in the black are the ones that are pretty much important stuff for somebody at work. Brain fog. If you start forgetting things, if you start being confused, it really doubts your ability. You actually feel like, can I still do my job? Do I need to take time out of work? Or should I tell my boss that I'm actually forgetting stuff? Are they going to sack me, or am I going to be not considered for a promotion? Low mood. You can be like crying in 1 minute, and concentration very poor. The next minute you could be really anxious. Urinary issues, you need to be going to the toilet like quite a lot. And those are the three main things that people tend to think about. Should I be taking time off? Should I be taking a sick leave? So those are the kind of things, if an employee comes up with it, I would hope that the employers are a lot more sensitive and empathetic about it. So what can the employers do? We could have like menopause champions at work. You can have health clubs, you can provide healthy food, because menopause not only is symptomatic, it actually is a long-term cardiovascular risk. You are actually more prone to heart attacks, strokes, you're prone to fractures. All of these you can actually help with having a healthy lifestyle, exercise, diet. In your staff inductions, you can actually advertise menopause policy. A policy doesn't really do anything, but if you tell people, I have a policy, it actually gives people some sort of allowance to actually talk about it. They think like, oh, they have a policy, so they do recognize it. Performance issues, if you notice like somebody suddenly isn't performing, somebody suddenly become a person who is not as likable as they used to, you do need to think like, what's happening with this person, rather than putting them down to some sort of disciplinary route. And practical flexibilities, like look at your uniforms, are they actually in some kind of fabric that is not allowing heat? And fans, workstations, rest stations, these are easy things that you can allow. And signpost these people, you need to give them opportunity to talk about it. You need to advise them to go see a GP. If you have an occupational health facility, please use them. Online CBT is really good in hot flushes management, low mood, concentration problems. Balance app, Gail is going to talk about it, so I don't need to talk about it much, but it's actually very useful. And the Menopause Charity has got a lot of information, so please signpost them. Just don't dismiss them. Just don't think like this person is either too young or too old to be in menopause, because it could be any age. And sex, these day and age, you can't just assume this person possibly can't be in menopause, because there could be something more to this person that you don't know. And the employees, if you start to feel like you're not doing your best, start thinking about it, like, could I be in menopause? And talk to your employer. If you have an occupational health service, use it. And really important to talk to your partner, so that they don't think that you suddenly become horrible. And start looking after yourself. Healthy eating is very important. Stop smoking. No more than 2.5 units of alcohol per day. I don't think people are going to like me that much. But after menopause, your risk of heart attacks, strokes actually go up. And women already have a pretty high risk of breast cancer. And all these things that I'm on about actually increase the risk of breast cancer a lot more. And if you want to be on HRT, look after yourself so that your risk of breast cancer actually go down, so that you can be on HRT a lot safer. And weight bearing exercise is important. You only need to do like about half an hour a day, you know. And yoga is really good. Mindfulness, CBT, these are really good. Just don't dismiss it in the fear of being ridiculed or being discriminated, because I know it happens. You actually get ridiculed, you actually get discriminated, but we're all trying to erase that. So women need to talk about it a bit more, so that the acceptance actually increase. Okay, so treatment options, I'll be very quick because I'm a GP, I need to say these things. Lifestyle measures, hormone replacement, bone protection is about exercise, and CBT, you can use topical treatment if you're so worried about HRT, it's systemic. And you can use a lot of moisturizer these days in various parts of your body. Vitamins, yes, they're really good. And other medication for hot flushes, anxiety, depression, we use them. So it's not just about HRT, but HRT is really important. And do see your GP. And your GPs are actually pretty good in basic HRT prescribing. What we're trying to improve ourselves is more like tricky situations where women had like a family history of breast cancer, or they had blood clots in the past, or you have like increased risk of stroke, etc. So these are the kind of things that you need the menopause specialist for. Your day-to-day GP can help you with the regular HRT and other advice. And Swansea is having menopause in the medical school curriculum. I'm teaching the students now. And GPs, we have got a Swansea GP group who are also like the GPs with interest in menopause. So we have got our own group which we are going to be doing a lot of work among ourselves. And the RCGP is doing a lot as well. And I'm having chats with the health board as well. We're hoping to start like more community menopause clinics. So yeah, a lot of so there you are. Thank you very much. Women don't need to suffer. Women don't need to be losing whatever it is that they're doing, because around the age of menopause we're at our peak, and we really should keep going. So let's keep talking about it. Okay.